You're watching LouisVTitan's Money Tuesday.
You got shots behind you. He's one.
No beat down. Other guy's one. Oh, he's running away.
Double kill.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Produced by LouisVTitan. LouisVTitan's Money Tuesday starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Brandon Pettis, aka LouisVTitan, and of course, this is Money Tuesday, the best day of the week. We had a couple changes, and I'm sure everybody's noticed the title down at the bottom has changed. Formal had to back out of the event in its entirety, but nevertheless, we're going to have Renegade and Lucid going up against Bound and Stellar. I'm sure it's going to be one amazing match, and we all know that there's potentially a little bit of bad blood grudge match going on. Who knows? Nevertheless, I'm joined with Tools and Why Not. Guys, welcome to the show. Tools, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. It's Money Tuesday, everyone. You know what that means. It's the biggest stage, the best players. And we're starting off with something a little bit new, something a little bit different. Last Spartan standing, 16 of the best players in the game going to be going at it in one lobby.
Absolutely. And then, Tony, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm so happy we came back to our show match format, highlighting some of the best of the best. And you know, I love me some twos, but I love me some last Spartan standing.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and check how things have changed. It did get shaken up just a little bit. We had Snake Bite drop out, and of course, Formal also drop out. But shout out to Article and Boam for stepping into this match. And Tools, go ahead and tell me, who do you think right off the bat stands out to you?
You have to be looking at Lucid in this lobby. Lucid has been absolutely dominating everything that he touches. Last Spartan standing could be a playground for him. Just the individual skill that this guy has is unmatched in the game. You know, when it comes to movement, when it comes to shot, when it just comes to general awareness, he has it all. Look for him to be the one that really shines out today, in my opinion. Lucid, he could be winning 2 times today.
Absolutely. And Tony, I want you to pick somebody out also, man.
You know, I really like that pick because that's an overall player, and I think that's a safe pick. I'm going to go with the next factor. I'm going to go with the likes of Royale 2. When I think of last Spartan standing, I think of a type of game mode that really promotes long-range engagements, stealing away your opponent's kill while also prioritizing your life. And there's no better long-range player that I can think of than Royale 2. So watch out for this man right here. Again, long-range shot. He's never going to miss. He's going to be stealing kills left and right. But most importantly, he's going to be valuing his life. What other better player to have a high KD than Royale 2?
All right, man. I love what I'm hearing out of you two. Woo, Nighty, Taylor, if you guys are listening, let's go ahead and start this lobby up. I think everybody is in the lobby. We're ready to go. And in the meantime, we're going to send it to the two. They're going to be casting this match. It's going to be Active and Shyway. Active, how you doing?
Oh, I am doing absolutely fantastic. Alex, how are you doing today? We've got a last Spartan standing match to cast here. And honestly, this is a pro lobby. And this is the first time we've seen last Spartan standing in a pro lobby. Things are about to get interesting.
It is. It's so good, man, by the way, as far as how I'm feeling. Great to be here. What a twist as well. I've never commentated LSS before. Can't wait to see how this one goes. And also, yeah, just an opportunity to see, you know, pro versus pro in a stacked lobby and how it plays out. Like, I know we're all kind of leaning to Lucid. We've seen a lot of Lucid's gameplay, and he tends to pop off in matchmaking on this game type. But, I mean, when you got pros against you, you got to change your game plan. You got to play a little differently.
Yeah, absolutely. Lucid currently holds what I believe is the world record of 33 kills and 0 deaths in last Spartan standing. And you're right, things are going to be a lot different here against some pro players. You've got players that are not going to miss shots in this game at all. Of course, a lot of you do know here that there's the point system that we're going by, and that this is a big deal because each kill is going to get you points, but also each placement is going to get you points. And the rules are interesting because we can't have a match point until game number 4. But look at this, we're already starting off. Bubu Dubu on your screen.
We're already in this active, and look at that lobby. I mean, you can see it on screen. So many players in play. Where do we go, right? Where do we start with? Who do we You know what? We got Stress on board. I mean, he's already got a kill on the Druk. And you start to wonder, how do these early plays go, right? Close quarters combat. You want those points to upgrade your weapon. Maybe, right? Do we hold on to the sidekick here? Little 1v1 Stress and Article. He'll take his. Rammy going to trade out as well. Just so much carnage everywhere.
Yeah, these beginning 1v1s are going to be very, very important. You're going to see a lot of different play styles come to fruition here. On your screen, Royale 2, a player who is no stranger to not missing shots. But again, you're running with a pistol and a disruptor at first.
Right.
You know, you can choose to upgrade that to get that mangler, but a lot of players, they tend to hold on to that until that commando comes up. But this is going to be a big factor right here. Those power-ups are going to be huge in this game.
Use of the camo for sure going to be very helpful here. And I mean, you talked about it. Do we upgrade the mangler? I feel like on this map specifically, active, the mangler could be pretty powerful, especially when you got a combo like this. Let's see what he does with it. Stress down for the count. Little opportunity for Royale 2 to pick up plenty of kills. And I mean, I think Tony, Garrett, they were talking about it. You know, if anyone's going to steal kills and start making plays here, trust Royale 2 to be the one to do it. There's a little perfect for him.
Well, Royale 2 already stepping up. He's literally stacking camos. He's going to get another kill on the Druk. He's got 4 lives remaining. And the perfect kill onto Bubu Dubu. He's popping off to start this game.
Yeah, just taking full advantage. Okay, Claytron will finally put him down. Use of the AR there. We'll see that come into play as well. One of your upgrades will get you the AR. Good for close quarters. But it does seem like the Mangler is kind of the star of the show here so far, active.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Royale 2, though, Alex. And honestly, Boam is also a big guy. He's got 5 kills as well. In our screen, we've got Mikwen. But look at Mikwen. He's going to get this power up here. But look how many lives he's got left. He's already kind of gone through 3 of his lives. He's only got 2 left to work with. But he does also have this overshield Renegade. Look at him go. He's going to be in our match on later. The main card replacing Formal. And he's looking to warm up here.
He definitely is, but I want to see what Mikwen can do. Like we said, he had a rough start, already 3 deaths, but he's starting to pick it up just a little bit. There's the stick on the Druk. All of a sudden, he's got 4 kills to his name. This is the kind of momentum he needs, I think, to bounce back in this and hopefully stay alive here, because like we said, it's going to get very dicey once the better weapons start getting unlocked. The Commando, the BR comes into play, the Bulldog shotgun, close quarters. If you don't have that early on, then you might be in trouble.
1v1. Mikwen's gonna win that one. He's had 2 lives for a while. Doing a really good job of staying alive here, but pay attention to the kill board. Royale 2's already got 10. Lucid not so far behind with 9. And right here, you're gonna see Royale 2's already on level 5. Very shortly, he's going to have that BR. But it's gonna be a little bit. He's gotta get some points here. And you see, there is that orb on the bottom right there of a player that is knocked out of the match. He can choose to get that for 300 points, which equals 3 kills.
I mean, but does he even need it right now? When you look at that scoreboard, he just hit his 12th kill. Royale 2 currently 12-2. The only one trailing behind here, you got Lucid at 9, the closest scoreline. But man, this is just overwhelming, right? I think we talked to both, Lucid and Royale 2. I think for good reason, right? Already, they're showcasing, why we think they're so great in this mode.
Royale 2 doing a really good job of controlling these camos. Unfortunately, he's going to burn that one. It's not going to do much for him in that situation. On your screen, you see Mikwen. He's got 1 life left.
Yeah.
He's kind of done a really good job of staying alive with those 2 lives. Having 2 lives, that early into the game is definitely rough, but he slowed down the pace, and I think that's going to be a big factor here, changing the pacing of your game depending on how many lives you have left.
Multiple players already out of the running here as well. Unfortunately, active, right? We see 6 deaths for Stress, for Boam, for Bubu Dubu, Gunplexion, some very high-level players. I mean, that's just kind of the result of a stacked lobby like this, is you're just going to go down and out quickly if you're not popping off early game here. Royale 2, speaking of who's popping off, still at 12. 3 deaths to his name. Does seem to spot Mikwen up above. Mikwen doing everything he can to preserve these last lives here, and he's almost about to get stuck. He'll take the kill from up above, though, and that's a shutdown on the Royale 2 you like to see.
That was beautiful right there. That's a big shutdown. That changes Royale 2's momentum, but now we're hopping on board with Lucid. He's got 10 kills to start here. He's got a camo. He can definitely make something happen. If you look at the top right and left of your screen, you'll see the arrow down on some of the members. Rammy going for this. He gets beat down. He gets punished for going for the orb.
That's the risky, situation that you kind of deal with if you want to go for that bonus XP. Yeah, sure, you get 300 points for it, but get caught by a player with camo, and that's it. That's it for your life and your chances here. Speaking of which, I think Mikwen might be running out of his chances. That was his 5th death. He's got 1 more to work with here.
Royale 2. Look at the pace change of this game right now. Lucid has caught up, though. 12 kills for him and Royale 2. The kill leaders in this match at the moment. Mikwen, he has to survive here. And look, he's going to reposition. Article wants to chase him, though. If he dies, he's out. And Mikwen will be out of this first round.
And at this point, majority of the lobby is out as well. We only got a few left in it. You can see Article 7 and 3 still currently in this. World 2, of course, looking pretty comfy with 4 deaths. Lucid at 4 as well. So technically, Article least, actually, you know what? He just joined the 4 deaths category. Rammy's still in the running here, too. We have gotten down to the wire here at this point, Active.
There's Lucid versus World 2, the 2 kill leaders in the match. World 2's got that overshield, and something I've noticed, Alex, is he's done a really good job of controlling these power-ups. They're dropping all around the map randomly, and being in a position to grab these is really going to set you apart from everyone else in the match. We got Lucid, Rammy, Royal 2, and Article are the last people, I believe, in the match so far.
Exactly. Just a brawl between the 4 of them. They will continue to rotate, like you said, try to find power-ups, maybe some bonus XP at this point. Looks like they got the weapons they need for the most part. Just about finding the kills. And you start to wonder, what are the best positions to be in situations like this? Like, I like World 2's spot. He's got high ground. He's got a sight line to cross. Lucid is down below. Does he know he's there? You got to try to pick up off of info from, the commotion on the map. You try to check where are your opponents shooting. Does that give you an indication of where to expect an opponent?
Article had the camo there. All those shock grenades are going to play a big factor. Article with a big kill on a Rammy. That's going to take him out of the match.
Article with his 8th kill, looking for more here. The thrust on Royal 2 is not enough to avoid it, but he actually got a kill from the grave there, I believe. Article to his 5th death. Royal 2, he's at 5. I think he's got 1 more life to work with as well, so things getting very dicey here. Lucid also at 5. Last life. Article with a slight lead in the deaths category. Of course, not with the kills, but he's doing pretty well to stay alive here.
Yeah, winning this match, though, will give him those 6 points for getting first place, which will be definitely huge. Lucid playing so slow right there. He's going to walk right by him.
Yeah. Nobody wants to give an inch in this situation. Article, the only one who can confidently move around the map with this camo. And somehow Lucid, sorry, I thought he was dead with the X above his name. He is moving. He's good. For now, at least. Article has spotted him. A little peek shot with a shotgun. Ooh. There he goes, though. Article with the kill. And, of course, look who's ready to pick that up. World 2 was waiting for the commotion. He takes full advantage, and he'll walk away with that kill because of it. And now I think we got a 1v1 here active.
1v1, Article versus Royal 2, and you see the red ring of death coming in real quickly here. Royal 2 has the position at the top of this lift. I would agree with you that this is definitely the best place on the map to be.
The high ground, for sure. We'll see if Article dares to challenge. At some point, they will have to get a little closer. He spots him. They should both be aware of where they are at this point. Article looks like he does have an OS. He's tagging up World 2 cross map here. He'll pepper him just to get him back. He's got to be careful.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Article, I mean, Article's just played phenomenal. I did not expect him at all to come through and win this one. I mean, I believe he did win. It should be a win here.
Yep.
And it looks like it is. Article going to win your very first round of Last Spartan Standing.
Wow, what a performance out of him. Kind of a slow and steady wins the race approach, I think, active. He wasn't, the biggest, most noticeable player on the board for quite some time until the very end where he kind of clutched up and really showed his stuff. I think our top 3, very easily etched out of that game, though, right? You got Lucid, Royal 2, and Article to round out the top 3 in that game. And the top 3 placing is important because once we get through 4 matches, we're going to take that 3rd place, at least, as a marker for our threshold on, who's ready for match point.
Absolutely. Something about Article, man. I've got to talk about this guy. He has come out in multiple tournaments. He's starting to show his individual skill. He's obviously a grinder. The guy plays a lot of Halo, but he's really starting to show that he's one of the better players in this game. I mean, you see it right there. Yeah, absolutely. You see it right there.
Again.
I mean, right there, that overshield, having that overshield at the very end of the game there was so very important. There's really nowhere for Royal 2 to go.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that Royal 2, had the confidence to try to peek it, maybe taken a little off guard by the accuracy at an Article in this situation. Like you said, Article does grind quite a bit, and, not just competitive modes. He plays quite a bit of Last Spartan Standing. I think he's he's near the top of the leaderboard as far as total wins, I believe, in Last Spartan Standing. So he's putting time in every category, and the results are clearly being shown here today, active.
Yeah, and one thing I do want to mention as well is that Article had the battle rifle. Okay, that's the very last weapon you can get in Last Spartan Standing, and World 2 at that point still had the Commando. Commando, definitely a very strong weapon, but at that distance, I would pick the battle rifle all day, every day. And I think that definitely was a big factor in Article winning that, on top of having the overshield as well. I mean, those power-ups, you got to kind of choose. Do you want to go for kills, or do you want to kind of scavenge the map for those power-ups? Because I think they're going to be a big factor, like I said before. Camo, like having a camo, you know, stacking camos is another one, right? You have one camo that you've used, and you also got one in your pocket. You just pop right after. It gets crazy.
We saw the power of the camo, I think, very early on in that game active, when we saw World 2 pull away by, what, like 6 kills to start the game off a single camo play and a mangler. So you get to see, the impact of it early on, and something players should prioritize. So we'll see if game plans tend to change on a different map. I assume we're going to be jumping around a couple different maps here. Different maps offer wider open spaces. You know, maybe Mangler isn't quite the play as much as it was on Breaker. We could see, more use of the sidekick, or, saving the points to jump to Commando right away. And of course, like you said, the BR kind of being the coveted, the objective here. But what is it, 1,850 points, I believe you need to get there. Yeah. And that's a combination of, are you slaying out, or are you taking the time to pick up bodies on the ground? We saw the risk that comes with picking up that bonus XP as well. I can't remember who was the victim there, but I think it was Rammy getting killed for it.
Absolutely. So I'm getting word here that on Breaker, only power-ups drop, but on the other maps, we can see Grapple, Repulsor, and Threat Sensor. So those are going to play a very big factor. Shout out to Tony, by the way, who was ranked 3rd at one point in Last Spartan Standing. The guy knows his Last Spartan Standing. But those are, that Grapple is going to play a huge factor in making sure that you chase kills and you're able to clean them up to get those kill points.
Right, and when you think of some of these players and what they excel at, we already have hyped up Lucid quite a bit, but put a grapple in Lucid's hands and he's just getting aggressive. He's going in, he's not afraid. Though I do think in a lobby like this, game plans might change. Maybe we won't see as many wild grapple swings. Maybe we will. I love confident players at the end of the day, but a variety of different plans I think we got to witness here, especially with World 2. I think really kind of coveting that high ground position. He spent a lot of time there.
Absolutely. I think that, when it comes to Lucid and Royal 2, I think honestly that they're balancing really well, Alex, when it comes to getting those kills and also, staying alive till the end of the game. Right. So, wanting to stay alive till the end of the game is very important because you get those placement points, but then getting 12 kills that they both caught as well. That's what's going to kind of skyrocket you, is if you're able to balance those two,
I completely agree. And I wonder if certain game plans are going to shift for some of these players, because obviously this is a lobby full of very talented players, but some of them had a bit of a rough start. Like I think Mikwen is a great example. I think he was 1 or 0-3 to start the game. Just, every single exchange didn't quite go his way. Maybe he played very aggressive, in the beginning of the game and paid the price for it. Maybe he'll change it up and play a little slower, try to feed off of information. I don't know, right? There's a variety of different strategies here. I think the cherry picking kind of approach that I feel like we saw from Royal 2, especially at the end, right? Just wait for the commotion and then find that opportunity to just clean up a headshot, steal the kill.
Right. I'd love to get some thoughts of Tony and Garrett. We're going to send it to them and hear their thoughts about that last match.
I think we have you muted.
A bit of a curveball right there, Tools. Man, Article coming through and winning this first round, right? Obviously, the slays were not as high as what we saw like out of Lucid and whatnot, but Tools, what are your thoughts right there, right off the bat?
I'm going to say, me and Tony were kind of spot on. Am I right, Tony? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Lucid and Royal 2, when it comes to the slaying column, no one was beating them in that game. And I think, hey, you don't get as many points for the placement. Yes, Article wins the first game. Shout out to him. You get the 6 points for winning in game 1. But when it comes down just to pure slaying ability, no one was taking on Lucid and Royal 2 in that lobby. And that's what I expect to see all day today. But I think we're already shaping out what could be our top 3 players in the lobby. Royal 2, Lucid, Article. I think those could be the 3 that set our threshold in game 4.
All righty, Tony, and I want to hear your thoughts after match number 1.
The one thing that I noticed that we're already seeing what the meta is going to be like, because we haven't seen this being played with 16 players on a lobby, but it seems like high ground is still key. Obviously, kill points are going to be very important going in, but what's most important is securing that battle rifle and then getting back to the high ground, prioritizing your life. That's what we're seeing so far here in Last Spartan Standing, and I think Article did that the best, and that's the reason why he ended out on top as far as winning the lobby. But keep in mind, as far as the points go, it's about points and kills until you reach that match point threshold. At that point, the win matters most. But as of right now, get as many points as possible, get as many placement points as possible until you're able to get to that match point. Don't forget about the format.
Absolutely, and let's take a look at that. We glossed over it at the very beginning of the match because we wanted to get things started off right off the bat, but we're getting 1 point per kill here, and of course placement points get awarded. You got to get top 6 though to get those placement points. We want the focus to be slays in Last Spartan Standing. Tools, I know that you like that, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. When it comes down to just performing your best in today's tournament, it's all about the slays. Make sure you're getting the slays, getting your points up for game 4. Get to that match point, right? So in game 4, we're setting our match point. Whoever's in third, that's going to set the threshold. The players from 1 to 3 will be at match point at that point, and at that time, that's when you win the tournament. So game 5 will be the first time that we can have someone win. And looking at our leaderboard to start, Royale 2 and Lucid right next to each other, edge to edge. Oh my, 19 points so far for Royale 2, 17 for Article and Lucid. But keep aware of that third place spot, right, Tony? Because after game 4, if third place has a huge gap between 4, it's going to allow those top 3 players to have more opportunities to win the tournament.
You're right about that. An Article with that 7-point lead over Rammy right now. Mikwen right there. So, like you said, really pay attention to that 4, 5, and 6 spot, because once we get to that 4th game, that's when it's going to be so important. Great analysis, Garrett.
Yeah, and it's the first 4 games, getting the extra 6 points is going to be really important. Like you see Article, 6 points. A bonus. That's why he's sitting in third place right now. That first place really coming in handy for him. But getting those high placements on top of high kills is what's really important to start off this tournament. Try to create as much separation from you in the bottom of the pack as possible, because when we get to match 5, all it becomes about winning the game, being that last Spartan standing, and having more opportunities to get that job done is priority 1.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and throw it back to Active and Shyway because we're getting started for game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Money Tuesday, and we're playing Last Spartan Standing. Active, how you feeling, man?
Thank you, Brandon. I'm feeling good. Alex, that gap between 3rd and 4th place right now is huge, and that's only game number 1. Rammy and the others have to step up here before game 3, or they're not going to have a large chance to win this tournament. They've really got to step up, and this is their chance to do so. Someone we haven't talked a lot about is going to be Bubu Dubu.
Well said, Active. Like you said, there's a big gap between 3rd and then 4th place and beyond. I think the start of the game is what really sets the momentum. So Bubu Dubu, a good person to hop on board with. A bit of a sleeper, I think, in that last one, but things could change pretty dramatically with just one good series of plays. Envor, by the way, what a snipe with the sidekick. Looking for a second here. Bubu Dubu, is he the victim? He is. And Envor starting to pop off here early on.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where Envor was on that list. We'll have to go back and check it out. But right now in game number 2, he's starting real good. But looks like we're gonna have to go for a reset here. But I mean, unfortunately for Envor, because I think he started off great. Yeah. I would love to bring up the stat page once again, just so we can see once again where people are. But regardless, that is the start you want to see out of Envor. And like you said, the snipes of the pistol, it's all about pacing at that distance. You've got that little bit of bloom, which a lot of the Halo community is not fond of, but if you're able to control it, you're able to get kills just like Envor did. It looks like he's in 14th place, so he's got a lot of work to do.
Definitely does. There are a few players there that seem to have a lot of work to do, but like just based off of the very large difference in points off one game, it makes me think that things could fluctuate quite a bit over time if somebody does just start popping off. Like Envor, he had 3 kills in the first 30 seconds of that game, and he had 3 kills in the entire game in game 1, right? So things can change very quick, and Envor, it looks like he was on track to do it, but unfortunate that will likely be just, resetting that one from 0. And like you said, there are a couple different keys to success here. The ability to pace your shot at long range with that sidekick to pick off some crucial kills so you don't have to get too aggressive. We saw Bubu Dubu looking for that opportunity, but if you spend too much time, sitting back, let's say, and not finding the kill, then you waste, crucial time time to get aggressive as well. So there's a balancing act here that I'm sure is tricky to navigate.
For anyone that's watched Battle Royales, you know that one game could change everything for you or for your team. In this case, it's the individual player. So, I mean, if we see that out of Envor, like you said, within the first minute and a half of that game, I think that he has a chance to definitely come back here. But for those of you that don't understand how this works, once again, placement points. For first, you get 6 points. For sixth, you get 1. And of course, in between, the points lessen. You get 1 point for every kill, all right? The top 3 points by match 5 is what's going to set people up in order to win the entire tournament. That's the threshold, is the third place point holder. All right, so these guys are trying to stack up those points until that game number 5, and then that's when things get real interesting. And of course, as you can see, we've got a very strong roster here.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure how this would go active just on paper. It's like last Spartan standing, all these pro players, you know, in attendance, but this is fun. I gotta just be honest, right? Like the pace of play is so quick and there's so many, you know, exciting POVs to hop on with. You're just kind of jumping around different areas of the map, getting to see what's going on, you know, what's happening over here. And it's just very exciting, I think. And wild to see how quickly it goes, though, right? That first game was a flash. So if you're not careful, those 5 lives, they evaporate. And here's a little trip back down memory lane. This was our first game. And yeah, active, it didn't last too long. Big play by Mikwen here, too.
Yeah, he played really well towards this section right here, and that's what I was talking about during the first game, is the pacing, right? He only had 2 lives left, and he was able to get a whole bunch of kills within those 2 lives. You see him get another one on the Royale 2 there. I think if he continues to play at that pace, you know, I think he can definitely place within the top 3 of this, and I think if people like Rammy right there, they've got to make that decision whether you go for that orb or not. That orb is 300 points. That's a lot of points. You want to get that BR as fast as possible, because you're going to be just a thorn in the side of everyone on the map.
Whatever makes you a kill machine, right? Because in the end of the day, even if you get, let's say, 4th place, if you have the most kills in the lobby, that's going to stack up. Each kill is 1 point. Your win, of course, is several bonus points. I think a perfect example is Article 1, Game 1, but he does sit tied in 2nd place currently with Lucid. So it's not the end-all, be-all to win the game. It's just about, you know, how much can you slay? I mean, everything does obviously add up. But, you know, play your game, play the long game as well. I think the patience is big, too, just because, you know, you might be SoulSnipe, let's say, right now, and you have 1 point. It's not ideal, but, you know, don't let that check you, right? Just understand that, you know, 4 games need to go by, and in 4 games, things could look very different.
Kind of compare it a little bit to free-for-all, right? And something I got to mention is Bop. He was in, I believe, 5th place, and he actually won the Kansas City free-for-all. So if he brings that play style to this last Spartan standing game, I think he can definitely do well. And you see right already up the start of the screen, he's got 1 kill.
Right. He was the first one, I believe, to open up a kill in the game here onto SoulSnipe, and kills going down left and right. I only expect this to continue in swift fashion. There's KingJay. Unfortunately, he's lost his life to start. Gotta hop on to a POV with somebody just going ham. Maybe it's Mikwen who'll do it.
Gotta pay attention to the top 2 players. Lucid, Article, Royale 2, top 3 players, I should say. Gotta pay attention to what they're looking like at the start of this game. Right now, they've got 0 kills, all of them.
Notice how Mikwen was not in the action there at all, right? It's like, I gotta figure out how to get in the fight. So there you go. He's lifting over, because it's like he needs to get in this, or he's missing opportunities. You can see the kill feed just going ham here. SoulSnipe was a little bit nearby. We'll see what KingJay is up to. You see Claytron, Bop, and Article, a little grouping right there, right? A potential battle that could take place. Bop sees Claytron here.
A beautiful leaderboard on the screen there. Woo! Nice kill. Bop goes down, unfortunately, and my mistake, Article actually already has 2 kills, and that's going to be a good start for him, because that's going to place him potentially in 1st in the running for, you know, total points.
Good point. I mean, Envor, by the way, got his 3 kills back, which is nice to see. Gunplexion, though, currently leads the lobby tie with Bubu Dubu. So Bubu Dubu with a nice little opening here as well. What's Stress up to? Trying to find his scoreline. He's currently 0-0-0, so we got to find Stress some activity on the map here. He's got a camo to work with here, too. Oh, no, he doesn't. I take it back.
Stress just playing slow here. Can't really waste time, though, in a game like this. The kills are what matter. You gotta have that fine line of aggressive but also intelligent gameplay. Changing your pace on a whim is going to be what's most important. I don't know if these are actually they do work. The terminals do work. I don't know if they have the same weapons that are inside of BTB, where they have those variant weapons, but at least he does have a camo to work with, and this is going to be huge for Gunplexion. By the way, a very talented individual skill player.
Already with 4 kills to his name as well, so using the camo wisely could pad the stats. There's Bop down below. You can see Bop wants a piece of him too. Yeah, make the decision to use the camo before you maybe die without having used it. And we'll see if that does benefit in this play. Bop's still down below. Backsmack opportunity here. He'll take the kill for free instead. That's 5 for Gunplexion.
What a beautiful drop down there with the camo. He's going to get 2. That's what I call value. Beautiful job by Gunplexion. 6 kills already in this game, starting off strong.
He's on the hunt, like the Predator that he is here. It really does feel like a Predator kind of scenario when you got a map like this, a camo, all these victims. Article the next one, a perfect kill with the Commando. Always one of the most satisfying feelings, I think, in Infinite Active.
Absolutely. That Commando is a very strong weapon, but also very high skill ceiling involved with it. Complexion slowing down here.
The audio
a big
cues.
factor in this game is definitely going to be the sound. Utilizing your headphones. Of course, I've got some LucidSound headphones, and they definitely work real well with hearing sound. And I don't know if Gunplexion has them, but if he does, he's going to be able to hear from real far away. Mikwen on your screen now. He's trying to start this game off strong. He's got 6 kills, but he's pretty far down the leaderboard, so he's going to lean a lot more than that.
See, that situation there where he shoots Bubu and he's like, okay, this guy is too far away, and if I try too hard to kill him, I might get shot and cherry pick from somewhere else. So instead, change targets, find a victim that he knows he can put damage onto, and maybe come away with the kill here. You're going to have to chase down Gunplexion for it. You can see this man just full sprinting to get out. He does get him. Nice patient play. He backs out at the same time, so I like the double dilemma that he's navigating here, but unfortunately, not too much you can do against KingJay and an OS.
Yeah, those power-ups, they play such a big factor. He played that real well, though. And like you said, backing off that very first fight, if you're, in battle royales, you understand the third party is a really big factor. People coming in and trying to steal kills. Here comes the 1v1 strats versus KingJay, and KingJay is going to win another.
Active, a couple updates here. Article is already out of this one. He got 4 kills, but going from winning game 1 to 4 kills in game 2 is a perfect indication of just how things can go, right? That's a landslide difference in performance, and hopefully it doesn't hurt him too badly. We can see, I believe, Rammy, Bubu, Dubu already out of the running as well. And Bubu, he had a hot start. I think he was the first one to hit 4 kills on the board, but things slipped out of control very quickly. Lucid, he's just playing his game, though, right? He's 8-4, looking pretty good.
1 life to work with. Mikwen has no lives to work with as well, but he's got 8 kills. Gunplexion in the lead right now with 10 kills as he gets a kill onto Mr. SoulSnipe. Gunplexion really showing his individual skill in this game.
Active, do you think Renegade is raging right now? Do you think what do you think his comms sound like right now? I'm just wondering.
I'm curious if he likes this.
Oh, wait, it's over though for him though too, right? He went 0-6, so he's not still in it. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious if he likes this type of game type, but I hope it doesn't check him for the 2s, because we definitely need him to perform on the main card. Of course, for those of you guys who don't know, he will be replacing Formal today, who was not able to make it. So we're gonna have Renegade and Lucid later on. It's gonna be a great match. Make sure you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Lucid on your screen, like I said, 1 life remaining. Definitely, again, changing the pace of his game so that he doesn't lose his last life.
Right. Sorry, just to double back on that, I think Renegade always brings it when it comes to 2s. He always puts on a show. No worries there. Last Spartan Standing, of course, a different story. And having seen enough Lucid Last Spartan Standing YouTube videos, I only expect this man to pop off. I believe he holds the world record, by the way, active currently for perfection. It was on this map, I believe, as well. 33-0 he went on this map.
Jeez. I can't imagine.
Nutty.
Someone who's got the BR is Lucid. And again, he can really play a distance here and just melt players. Gunplexion on his left. He's going to go for that power-up. I don't think he saw Gunplexion. We can see that because we have wall hacks, but Lucid is aware.
What is...
Oh, it looks like a little bit of an observer glitch, but he does see Gunplexion. Definitely puts a couple shots into him.
Lucid with the unorthodox gameplay strategies can't quite figure it out, but he always knows better than we do. Let's see what... Oh, there we go. I think that's what you got to do is you got to switch away, come back to it. Now we can see what he's up to.
Definitely playing slow. You see the red ring coming in very slowly. It's going to play a factor towards the end. Pay attention here. There's a lot of players with 6 deaths, which means they're out of this current round.
Right.
Gunplexion again, 10 and 4. Lucid, that's gonna be it for him. He has one last life here to work with. And Claytron doing some work as well, gets a kill onto KingJay. Stress with only 2 kills here. 3 deaths though. Definitely playing very slow in terms of pacing.
Yeah, maybe we got some late game performance out of him, but for Gunplexion to get that kill on Lucid, I mean, that's big money, right? You can see that time is of the essence at the moment as well. We got the kill barrier coming in to close the action down to center, so, you know, any game plan that you had might have to change at this point, especially for somebody like Stress, who is going to need some kills on the board. You can see he's in the center of the action here currently. How is there so many players so close together and not dying? Gunplexion, he'll do something about it, though, right? That's 12 for him.
Gunplexion with 12 kills. He still has this life. No, he doesn't. Lucid takes it away, but Lucid is going to be out. He goes out with 12 kills, though. That's not going to be anything to squawk about. This red ring, Alex, you know, if you've played attrition, the attrition ring is very strong, but this red ring not so strong in terms of how much damage it does to you. So you can kind of play the ring a little bit. If you want to be smart when it gets a lot closer, you can play the ring and play outside of it for a while to kind of outsmart your opponents. Roll 2, checking out the floor just to make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And again, playing very, very slow here. Roll 2. Some shots in across the map against Claytron. Takes him out with the killing spree.
What a steady shot at a roll 2, as to be expected, I think, as well. He's going to have to get out of this situation, though. He's trying to stay up. I think his opponent right below him, that's SoulSnipe, still aware of it. Nade down. I like the attempt here. Doesn't... Oh, he does connect with it. That was a beautiful little frag. SoulSnipe going to eat the pavement because of it. And Royal 2, where does he sit? 11 kills, by the way. Looking to win this, but also contesting the top of the board in kills here. Gunplexion still in the running. Who else we got in this active? We've got Stress, Gunplexion, and Royal 2. I think that's it.
Yes. Royal 2. It's going to come down to positioning here, Alex. It's going to come down to who has the best positioning when this circle comes in. Royal 2 has Stress on his left. This is going to be a 1v1 right here. But Stress has a lot of lives to work with. Roll 2 takes off one of them, but that OS is on the floor, and Roll 2 wants it, but Gunplexion is making him pay and making him work for it.
No
he gets
way!
the kill onto him, the reversal, and he gets the overshield as well.
Oh my God, Royal 2. You expect him to make plays, but not like this, right? Pulling out the grapple, just using the edge of the zone as well. He's not done yet. Stress down below. He hears him. He knows he's nearby, just looking to kill him off with a shotgun. Stress, can he do much from this position? Not likely.
Royal 2 popping off. I believe that is it. Stress is going to be out. Royal 2 is going to win round number 2 and set a precedent with the kills that he was able to acquire towards the end.
Right, so I mean, put the stats together at this point, though. He was tied in second place with Article just a second ago to also win and then to go huge in slays twice in a row. I mean, you think of the lead that he's working with now, right? He's got quite a cushion to work with to get in that top 3 threshold that we talked about. I'm expecting the standings to be mixed up quite a bit, though. I think Article, you know, he might shift down quite a bit there. You got Gunplexion, who's going to go way up on the stats line as well, but just a couple replays to relive it. Of course, Gunplexion made some big plays despite that 1v1 with Royal 2 at the end. A little rough.
Definitely a very good value out of his camo here, and this is kind of what you want. When you have camo, whether it be in 4s, whether it be in 2s, or whether it be in Last Spartan Standing, you got to make sure you get the most value possible. Camo gives you an incredible advantage over every other member of the, you know, in the game, and utilizing that. But this cleanup from Mikwen is real good here. If KingJay didn't have OS, I think he gets this kill.
Right. Great attention to detail, right? He's not only getting the kill, he's thinking about his exit strategy at the same time. So he could have actually, like you said, made it out of that gunfight had KingJay not had the extra shields. There's KingJay again, Gunplexion, putting in work in this game. We talked about power-ups being so crucial. We got to see a little bit of grapple action, right? We asked the question earlier as to, you know, who would be confident enough to go for a big grapple swing, and it wasn't a huge one by any means, but I think, you know, if anybody's got confidence, Royal 2, definitely at the end of this game.
Yeah, he made that incredible grapple play at the end there to kill Gunplexion, to take him out, and get the overshield as well. And that was able to solidify him the win. Here's the play right here. The OS is down. He knows he's staring right at it. Makes the grapple play aggressive. Dodges the plasma grenade. Comes in for the reversal. That Bulldog is so incredibly strong. Gunplexion was not prepared.
And I mean, we talked about it where the kill zone does not damage you as much in LSS as it does, you know, in your, your last, what am I thinking?
Attrition,
yeah. Attrition game mode. Because of it, you can make plays around it. I think that was just a perfect example. The angle he comes in from, Gunplexion had no idea Was not expecting it. He thought he had the advantage in that fight.
And we got our leaderboard updated for you right here. 28 kills for Royale 2 is going to set him in first place by 9 kills above Lucid. And Gunplexion taking that third place spot. We talked about Oracle and him going down real early and how that was going to affect him. But honestly, he's still tied with Gunplexion, third and fourth right there. So Oracle not really losing too much, but obviously I'm sure he wanted to stay alive a lot longer to maybe secure second or first.
For sure. And a couple big changes in the standings as well, though. You can see Mikwen jumped up to number 5 on the placement. Not sure where KingJay was previously, but I think he must have outperformed himself quite a bit to go up to 6 here. So it's not looking quite as lopsided, I think, the distance between, because you can see both 3 and 4 are currently tied, right? Article does say he's in 4th place, but their point total is the same. So they are technically tied 3rd, I believe. So it's getting a little closer here, and I expect that to continue to change, of course. Then you got Lucid and Royale 2 that just, apparently they are consistent as hell.
Absolutely. I would like to hear Garrett and Tony's thoughts on that last match real quick before we get into our next one. Let's send it over to them.
All righty. Congratulations, Garrett. Active wants to hear what you got to say. Let's hear it, man.
Royale 2's final, man. It's so tough to beat Royale 2 in these situations, especially on, I think, we saw Breaker in map 1. We'll see Breaker again, but him on these longer range maps, you truly get to see what makes Royale 2 different in the game, right? He has, I call him the best pure aimer in all of console esports, and I think you see it. When he gets a BR on the map, he's absolutely gnarly. You're going to have to focus him out. Sometimes someone's going to have to take it for the team in the lobby and start griefing. You know what I'm saying? You can't be letting Royale 2 get any of these kills. You got to be putting them down, because right now it's him and Lucid who are starting to find some separation on that leaderboard, right? And that's a scary thought, because these two look absolutely primed, but Royale 2 looks absolutely unreal thus far at 39 points after game 2.
Does indeed. And then Tony, tell me your thoughts about this very quickly, please.
Yeah, there's a reason why I picked Royale 2. I mean, the man plays a type of game that just really highlights in last part standing long-range battles, staying alive, but clutching out those individual skills because he's no one to mess with. Now it's up to players like Gunplexion, Lucid, Mikwen, and I would say even a player like Renegade who can come in and get explosive with the kills, because now we're on our third game mode. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty where you have to make sure that you're in that top 3 and that top 4 once you reach that match point threshold. Otherwise, this is all for nothing. You don't need a win until that 5th, 6th game.
Alrighty, Active Shyway, I'm throwing it back to you because we're getting started in game 3 right away.
Game number 3 coming up, and I'm gonna tell you something. KingJay and Royale 2, they're looking real good for our undercard tonight. And I mean, if they continue this, we're gonna have a nice match on our hands. Later on, they play against Bubu, Dubu, and Claytron. And Royale 2, the leader of the last Spartan standing right now on your screen, trying to get his first kill.
I mean, who else to start with but the kill leader, the point leader by a wide margin. He's looking to extend it, of course, as well. Looks like that trade will come in, though. I think Article might have managed to cherry pick that first kill for himself. But still, Royale 2 going to come out with one.
Renegade with a pistol here. This is where he's strong, and he utilizes it greatly. It looks like he does upgrade to the Mangler, and the assault rifle goes down, unfortunately there, but does get his kill. Royale 2 kind of playing his life, but he's going to be down to 3 lives. He dies twice quickly.
See what Mikwen's up to. This time he's got the high ground, right? He was playing down low quite a bit of the game. Lost lives early. He's got himself a power-up to work with here, too. The OS could be very helpful. Looks like he wants the kill first, though. He'll take Renegade. Good time to use OS here. He could really stack the stats up here.
Yeah, it's all about that timing, too. Like, you kind of, that risk-reward factor, the same thing in 4s and 2s. You got to make sure that if you're able to save that OS because you get a free kill, then do so. But Royale 2 goes down once again, dying very quickly here. He's only got 2 lives remaining, and he's the first place player. So if he dies real early, that gives opportunity for a lot of players to catch up to him.
Active, we're starting to see the result of this OS pull from Mikwen as well, right? He's got 5 kills to his name already. And because of that OS, he can get more and more confident. He'll switch to camo now. And just things seem to be rolling in his direction this time around. We'll see if that continues. Royale 2 in the meantime. He's getting tagged up by 2. And expect this man to somehow, almost get away with 2 kills in that situation. Royale 2 just built diffy, I think.
Yeah, very aggressive, though. His playstyle is very aggressive right now. Yeah. He's got 4 deaths already. Hopping on board with Mikwen, 7 and 2 currently with the camo in his hands. And a player who's definitely very quiet in this last Spartan standing is going to be Renegade, looking for him to really step up here. He's got 2 kills on the board so far with 4 lives remaining. He's going to be in a 1v1 with Royale 2, who's no shields. Royale 2 gets away somehow. He's going to play his life incredibly with multiple players around him. Mikwen's got the overshield as well. He gets the kill onto Royale 2.
Mikwen going huge in this game. Active. It seems like he's always finding a power-up to trade out with, right? He had an OS to camo to OS. He's now 8-2. Kill leader in the lobby. Lucid was 7 here. We got Envor doing pretty well also. Rammy was 6-2. So a couple players starting to peek out on the board, but Mikwen just dominating this time.
Beautiful, perfect shots out of Mikwen. A player who did play Infinite really early and decided to quit the pro team so that he could compete. Definitely a great player, great mind. I think he's definitely, his decision making is that of, a top 5 player. The 1v1 versus Dubu. Can he get the shots off? No. He's getting cross-shot by Article, who cleans up the kill.
Safe to say Mikwen is too pro for the pro team, I think, Active. He just, I'm too good for this. Let me actually compete this time. Stress was definitely a little quiet in that last game, Active. It looks like he has 3 to his name. We'll see if he can manage to find a few more. It's been a tough go for Renegade. Once again, we don't know how much some of these players play LSS. There goes Renegade. Right. By the way, I believe that might have been his last life. Bubu does get the execution.
Renegade ending with 3.
Yeah. Not what you want.
Lucid, though. 9 kills, make that 10. Can he go for another here? The shotgun to trade, though. Envor with a great trade. That's going to remove one of his lives, and Lucid only has 1 life to work with, which is huge, being that he's in 2nd place right now, Alex.
Right, the best Envor could have hoped for as well. He got 10 kills off of that, just peeking into kill leader status as well. Claytron going to go down in that exchange. Mikwen still feeling pretty good about this one. There goes SoulSnipe. He's now at 11 kills to 4 deaths. Got a cushion to work with, got a repulsor, a shotgun on hand. You can see the result of the slays he's picked up. He's upgraded himself to Commando Bulldog. Quite the combo to have, I think, in this situation.
So far, we've got Renegade, Royale 2, Claytron, Gunplexion, Boam, and I believe Bop out of the running, and I believe KingJay as well. And so we're running down numbers here. Stress with the overshield in hand. Looks like he went the opposite way. There was a player behind him. But regardless, this OS is definitely dwindling down. He's going to have a 1v1 with Lucid here, but he ends up turning around. Lucid's going to get some free shots. That OS is going to be null and void very shortly.
Yeah, Active. I can't help but feel like some of these players don't have a LucidSound headset, And I think if they did, I think if Stress was rocking the right headset, things might change. But he's camoed, he's OS, he's got everything, so hopefully he pulls off a kill. Rammy will get his. He's on a spree, by the way. Rammy is 12-5 in this game. It's his final life. Lucid, you can see, is out of the running here as well. That's a big pickup, whoever got it. Article is still in this, too. Less slays than you'd expect, considering his performance on this map last time, but he is still here.
Yeah, the most consistent player I'm seeing right now on my screen is definitely Lucid. 13 kills in this game. I mean, I think this match right here, depending how it goes, is going to push him into 1st place. And again, those top 3 scores matter going into match number 5.
Oh my word.
Stress stays alive somehow. No BRs on the map from what I can see thus far. I could be wrong, but Mikwen on your screen has that Bulldog and another overshield to work with.
It always looks so good when we're on Mikwen's POV in this game, right? He's always got something to work with. We'll see him get aggressive with this OS. You can see them out center map. Mikwen just going to check his corners. Be thorough. Why not?
You have to be. And you got to use those ears as well. Article gets another kill. Article's someone to watch as well. He's got 1 life remaining to work with, the one he's currently on, and he's got 6 kills as well. He's got Envor and Mikwen in the game right now, so he's got a potential 2 kills as both of them are on their last life. But again, Mikwen with another overshield, and he decides to pop it a little bit early when the other one still had some juice. Flies over into the red zone, but that's not going to do too much damage to him. Article is there, so this is going to be a potential 1v1, and Article has the OS as well. OS versus overshield. Here comes a shot, but the Bulldog counts, and that's going to be it. Article goes down.
The combo of the high ground plus the dynamo nade plus the shotgun. I mean, what do you do? Mikwen just making it impossible. We can see the kill barrier starting to form here, so action about to get a little closer. Envor cross map here. He's on his last life, so is Mikwen. Is it a 1v1 between the two? I think it is, Active.
It is. Mikwen with 12, Envor with 11. Envor has a chance to tie Mikwen's kill count. But again, Lucid down, but the most kills in the game right now with 13 and holding a very
Wild.
solid second place as well.
Such a consistent player, and you start to expect him to maybe be the one to come out with this. But of course, we still got a bit to go before we figure out who breaks that threshold. Of course, this is the best game we've seen from Envor, that's for sure. I just wonder if he can take this 1v1 against a very hot Mikwen.
Going to be a very slow game. Looks
now.
like the power-up is important here, but Envor does have that high ground. Can Mikwen win? Envor takes him out. Beautiful job by Envor to use that battle rifle once again. A huge factor in this game. Envor comes through and gets his first victory.
And the pattern that I think we're starting to notice is just how much patience pays off in the end of that, right? Mikwen, he did have a good position, until he decided to go down to bottom mid and kind of risk it for the OS, for the power-ups in the center, and because he didn't make it in time, he was compromised by Envor, who just, decided not to move. And it's, simple, but sometimes simple is all you really need to make things pay off in the end.
They see how important those power-ups are at the very end there. Mikwen decided to go for that risky play, but it did not pay off for him as Envor takes that one. We'll have an updated standing sheet here for you very shortly, but it looks to me, from what I understand, Lucid's probably going to take that first place spot. It just matters who's going to have second, third, and fourth.
Right. I believe he still ended with the most kills in the lobby as well. I think that was Envor's 12th kill to tie with Mikwen in stats. Of course, he gets the extra point for winning the game. Mikwen would come out with 5 instead of 6 points for second place, but a great performance out of both of them, and I think it puts them very close, if not in the running at this point. Unfortunately for Article, I think he had a slower game 3 as well, maybe slightly better than the game 2, but nothing like that, that winning game 1 performance.
Yeah, Royale 2, though, in first place. Definitely playing very aggressive in this game, Shyway. I think a little bit too aggressive. I think he's maybe coming off that victory, getting real confident, but you can put yourself in bad positions where you get third-partied, and it happened to him often. We saw it on his screen multiple times. He was getting cleaned up from different angles, and he just couldn't stay alive.
It's so tough to know what the clear game plan is in a map like this, I think, right? It's like sometimes those close quarter fights work out for you and every kill just kind of cycles, and I think Mikwen was a perfect example of that, is he was just going in this time and he was always finding the power up, and it was just kind of this perfect unison. Everything was working the way he wanted to, and because of it, he's now shot up on the board. He's now third place. Lucid still in first, but look at this active. It's a tie.
Wow. A tie when Royale 2 played the way he did, got out early, still tied up right there, 43 points apiece for Lucid and Royale 2. Article not close behind, though. He's got 31 points, 3 away from third place. And again, this next game will show our point deficit that we need to get to in order to win that next game on game 5, and that's going to be very important. Again, this next game is a very important match for all of these players.
Right, so you can see the rules here on screen, but after the next game is completed, whoever is in third place sets the point threshold. Everybody in third place and above, if they win the following game, they win it all. But if they don't win the following game, then we continue, and anybody else who wasn't in that third place point threshold, if they surpass it, now they could potentially come out with that first place.
It makes things really interesting, right? Because, we saw how different games can be, Shyway. There's some games where players will pop off, and then, everyone's kind of had their podium spot in these matches. And like you said, if they can't win that match, if those top 3 players cannot win, it ends up that other people have a chance. And that's why those 4th and 5th and 6th spots also matter very much as well. So it just comes down to who's going to play hot in these next couple matches. If we go to the next couple matches, who's going to play hot, who's going to play their best. I would love to get some thoughts from Tony and Garrett. Guys, take it away.
Ooh, congratulations to Envor. Taking that victory, that was pretty impressive. Taking out Royale 2 is no easy feat. Tony, I want to start with you. What did we think about that last little bit there?
I thought it was amazing. I thought the spot that Envor was in over towards the top onto the back north side of the map, that's God spot right there. It is so hard to get up on top of that map there. So Envor, I know for a fact he grinds LSS, because to sit up there with the commando is absolutely deadly. This is my man to watch out for, because he's been grinding at least on Breaker. The problem is the meta still being defined for some of these other big team battle maps, but watch that spot that Envor was in going into Breaker. And now I also have a word for some of the other guys. Gunplexion, Bubu, Boam, and KingJay. You're at the bottom half of the leaderboard. You have to get top 3 in order to get even a part of the money. In order to get match point threshold, you have to catch up to the 3rd place spot, which is currently 34, which means you have to double your output. You have to grind forward, and you have to play this so aggressively. Forget about lives at this point. Get your kills. Otherwise, you have no chance of getting in that top 3 and becoming match point eligible.
All right, Tools, leaderboard's right in front of you, man. Let me know your thoughts.
The 2 players to watch out for in this next game are going to be Mikwen and Article, right? They're sitting at 3rd and 4th, respectively. Now, we're going into map 4. This is going to be the most important map because this is where the threshold gets set. It's going to be up to Mikwen and Article to try to get as many points as possible. Do everything to get that separation, right? Because you want to have multiple opportunities. If you don't win game 5, you want to be able to do it in game 6. And creating a separation between 3rd and the rest of the pack is what is priority right now. Lucid and Royale 2, they're safe. They're secure. They know what the job is. They know how to get it done. It's going to be up to Mikwen and Article to try to make sure there's some separation between the pack because we're getting awfully close to being able to determine who is going to be that last Spartan standing and take home that prize pool today.
All right, game number 4 going to be on Deadlock. Tony, I know you know a little thing or two about last Spartan standing. I saw you 3rd on the leaderboard not too long ago. Any thoughts on Deadlock, Tony?
I think you gotta go in and approach it just like you do any of the other big team battle maps. On a map like Breaker, I think the sidekick reigns supreme all the way up until you're able to secure the Bulldog. However, these other big team battle maps are a lot wider, and usually, at least with 12 people on the map, you're going to prioritize utilizing the commando and prioritize those long-range engagement and third-partying situations. I think it's going to be the same thing in here, especially with how much respect all these competitors have for each other. Forget about individual gunfights. Find those gunfights and hear those gun sounds, and once you're in, go in and third party and steal some of those kills. This is just normal free-for-all fundamentals that are carrying over with just more players on the map and just a bigger map to work with.
Guys, last Spartan Standing has been incredible, but what's been more incredible has been the support that we've gotten from LucidSounds and PowerA to provide the tournament today. You see this headset I'm wearing? This might be the most comfortable thing I've worn in quite a while, and we appreciate the fact that they've been able to help us put on these events, and they're hopefully going to help us put on more. We appreciate everything that they've done. And if you take a look at the very bottom of your screen right now, you'll see this number. I think some of you are wondering, what's that number about? Well, that's our current prize pool today, and you can help increase it, and you don't even have to spend money. This is the best part, guys. If you do !sponsor quest in the chat, you can have an opportunity to, go follow someone on Twitter or go retweet a tweet, things like that, and they will add 50 cents at a time. I think there's like 700-800 people here. Yeah. Like, guys, if you all did that, like, I think you can get like $2.50, $3 a person. We could absolutely blow this prize pool up, and it doesn't cost you a single dime. Right. So make sure you go check that out. !sponsor quest. You can help increase the prize pool today. And if you just want to, open up your wallet and give a couple bucks, more than able to do that as well. You can just donate to the prize pool today. Help, let these players make a little bit extra cash for winning their last Spartan Standing, or their main event or the undercard. Everything gets divvied on out. So make sure you guys come and help the prize pool today.
Alrighty, game number 4 on Deadlock, the game where we're gonna set our match point is underway. Active, Shyway, we're sending it to you.
Here we go. This is the very important match. Like everyone keeps saying, the match to set the threshold. Right. Whoever has those top 3 points, that's the threshold. And if they win the next match, boom, they win the tournament. So again, Lucid, I'm looking at you. Royale 2, I'm looking at you. And then, of course, Article and the rest of the guys, they have a chance to kind of come through and pick it up. But here we go. We're hopping on board with Lucid.
Of course, I think without a doubt, the most consistent players in this so far, Lucid, he'll get this kill onto SoulSnipe. But Lucid and and Royale 2 have been incredibly consistent in this, in first and second. If that continues, you only expect the gap to continue to be raised here as well. But we'll see what Lucid does early on.
Another member on your screen, Royale 2. He's tied at second place. He wants those early kills. Mikwen is in his sights. He's going to chase hard. Gets the kill onto Mikwen. Mikwen's already got 2 deaths. to start off this round. World 2 is playing very aggressive, but again, the third party behind him, it doesn't matter. He gets the perfect.
Gotta watch out for these early deaths. Like you said, Stress with 2 as well. Gunplexion, Claytron just dying early on. Not quite getting the trades they need. SoulSnipe looking for something here. Claytron, let's see what he's up to. Some of these players quite far down the board, right? Active, you start to wonder who's still in the running at this point. I think Bubu Dubu might be peeking in. I believe we had a 3-way. Oh my God! Envor, by the way, we said look out for him. This is a way for him to break into Threshold as well.
Yeah, he's 3-1 already to start this game. Won the last one. Renegade, a player who's just trying to do his best to stay alive. Currently 1-1. SoulSnipe's gonna get that assist. Claytron cleans that one up in your kill feed. Stress so far, having a little bit of a rough game. You check it at the top left, 0-4. He's got 4 deaths already. SoulSnipe at the bottom of the map. That's gonna play a big factor. Tony talked about it. Those high ground advantages.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, these players are gonna have a rough time taking high ground, especially on this map.
Sometimes things just don't go your way. SoulSnipe will get the trade, but I think a perfect example is Mikwen already has 5 deaths active, only 2 kills. There's maybe the 6th death right here, cleaned up by Envor, who will shut him down, shut him out. And despite his 3rd place position, that is now looking a little dicey. I think he'll be knocked out of the threshold, and that threshold is now open for someone else to take.
One person who's definitely in the threshold right there is Royale 2. The consistency you talked about on this player and on Lucid. Royale 2 with 3 deaths, though, so far. Some quick deaths to start. Lucid is going to have a little bit of the same. Mikwen is out already. The only player, I believe, that is out so far.
Maybe he got a little too aggressive early on this time. Feeling himself from that last game, I think, as well, because he was popping off. Who we got as our kill leader, though? Claytron was 7, by the way. We haven't seen too much of him, but, you know, despite the deficit, I think, with some of these players, if they play well enough, they could sneak into those top spots very quickly. Bubu Dubu, I think, is a perfect example. He is, I believe, in about 7th place, just behind the 3-way tie with Gunplexion, Envor, and one more. I think it was Rammy. So he could peek in there, too.
We saw just a moment ago that threat sensor. That could play a big factor in those very close hills. When the red comes in and tightens it up. Great shots there by Bubu Dubu, trying to get another kill on the Bop. Bop's going to be too good to let that happen to him. Stress trying to stay alive, but he's going to go down. Couple players to look at here. Lucid, Stress, Royale 2. All on 5 deaths currently, so that means they have 1 more death to work with. Envor, though, starting off 6-3. But he's going to go down there to Bubu.
Yeah, make it 6-4 at this point. But interesting to see, right? Despite the consistency we talked about at Royale 2, he is now out of the running, right? He got the trade with Rammy, but I believe that was his last life. So he's going to go out 6-6. Lucid right now 6-5 on his last legs here, too. Bubu Dubu having a better game this time around. Only 3 deaths for him. Lucid, yeah, hide behind. Let's just slow it down a little bit, okay? I don't want to die just yet.
It's crazy what the pool of lives does to you. Unfortunately, Renegade is going to go down there. Gunplexion trying to play his life. He's got half shields here. Again, this comes down to listening. Listening to footsteps. Here comes the perfect out of Bubu Dubu. Wow. What a great shot by him. He's going to take out Gunplexion, and then he's going to get his body for the 300 XP.
Not going to lie, Article, Bubu keeps this up. I think he might slip into top 3, into that threshold. He's got that potential, but he has to go huge. So far, it's looking good. Lucid, he has not moved for quite a bit here. I think he's just going to wait it out till the clutch moment comes in, maybe. Of course, he sits in 1st place, so regardless of his performance, I think he is comfy. But everyone else, I guess minus Royale 2, is not safe here.
This is a very important player on your screen here. Article, he could set the threshold, but unfortunately, he does go down. But he's got 3 lives left and 4 kills, so he's sitting pretty comfortable at the moment.
But the comfiest right now, I think, is Bubu Dubu active. He's 8-3. Claytron is 8-4. The brothers here looking pretty good. We're going to see the brothers play together very shortly as well in our 2v2 undercard coming up. Can't wait to see what they... little brotherly love about to happen here too, active.
Claytron. Confidence. He throws the shock. The shock's not going to do enough, and because of that, Bubu's going to go down there. Still, he's only got 4 deaths. Like you said, someone to watch out for. 8 kills already. I believe Claytron actually has the lead now with the kill onto his brother, so he's 9-4. We're hopping on board with him at the moment. Bubu, again, those commando shots long range, very difficult, but he takes out Rammy. And I believe that was Rammy's last death, so Rammy's out of the running.
Yep, that's it for Rammy. Bubu on his last. Clay, are you kidding? The ninja on the Article, you don't have to do him like that.
Article, from going from first place in game one, it can be, I imagine, just tough to, not have that same kind of start when you set a precedent for yourself. But I mean, Clay, he's popping off now. Envoy has slowed it down to a crawl. Lucid is still not moved, by the way, which is the most interesting game plan I think I've seen out of him all tournament so far.
I'm curious if he went to go get a drink. No, he's moving. Okay.
Let me make a sandwich real quick.
Sip of coffee, a sandwich, sit back, relax. But that red ring coming in very quickly. I don't know if it'll affect him. But again, Article, a very important player on the screen here. We got to watch to see what he's able to do. He's getting shot. He wants to go for this power up. Like I said, you got to be able to play in the storm. It doesn't do too much damage, so you're allowed to do so, but he pays for it, and Boam takes him out.
Boam sneaking into this one, by the way. We have not been paying attention to him, Article, but he is 9-4. He has the least deaths in the lobby, so we have been sleeping on Boam. Let's see what he's up to.
Lucid, KingJay, Claytron, and Boam, the last players alive in this lobby, and you see Boam spots a juicy power-up in his sights, and he's gonna grab it. This could play a big factor here. KingJay's hopping around that bonus XP. Like I said, 300 experience for picking up one of those orbs, but a lot of them are out of position, and they will get you killed if you play it the wrong way.
So you can see the hiding strategy from Lucid. He's had to shift his priorities a little bit, right? The kill barrier is going to pull things into the center. KingJay still in the action, looking for his point of impact, but it really does seem like there's a lot of respect being had here, except Lucid finally found his kill, by the way. Now 7-5. You can tell this man has so much experience under his belt to this game mode, to play it this patiently, only to turn up now.
Absolutely, and again, that risk reward with those orbs. Envoy is left here. He has one death remaining. Lucid gonna try to catch out Boam once again. That'll be 2 times in a row, but Envoy's got that camo, moving towards the very center of the map.
What was out? So we've lost Boam at this point. He was looking good, but 2 deaths in a row, and that's it for him. Who else we got? We got KingJay, Lucid, Envoy in the running. I think it's just the 3 of them active.
And the AR, here goes. This is going to be really scary, especially for KingJay, who just gets double teamed. Lucid going to try to clean up both kills, but he only gets 1.
Of course. Of course this man is now fighting for first place, right? Lucid just sits behind the trees for, what, 2 minutes? He knows this game. He knows it too well, right? And you see the result of it now. Envoy, of course, he's had a great game too. But he's only 7-5, and Lucid is outperforming him in kills. But can he take the 1v1?
Question is right now, Lucid's got 1,000 experience. Nowhere near that battle rifle. Neither one of them near that battle rifle, so there's nothing to worry about in that sense, but they're both going to play so very slow here towards the end of this match. Of course, a win, once again, gives you 6 points, equal to 6 kills, which could be huge.
I think the biggest thing is well active. What are they working with, right? There's 1 thrust in the back pocket of Envoy, which could be critical if he uses it correctly. Lucid does not have any equipment, so if he is compromised, he might want to pick something up here. Does have 2 stickies. Assault rifle for both players. Doesn't look like there's too much to work with around the map here as well. So Envoy, a bit of an advantage as he gets aggressive here.
Now, Lucid does have the high ground, though. He's going to push with the AR.
Oh, no way.
Stick. Can he get the stick on him? No, it doesn't connect. He's going to push with the AR aggressively. Lucid's going to drop down, but it doesn't matter. He takes him out, and Envoy wins his 2nd game in a row.
Envoy with 2 wins, and just to keep in mind, if he does hit that threshold, all he needs is the win. He doesn't have to be in first place overall in points. You just got to be over the threshold and then win a game. So Envoy, we got to keep that gameplay up. I think he's got potential here active.
Envoy showing up when it matters here, and let me tell you, this man is nothing but a passion pit. He loves the game of Halo. We've seen him compete. He's just so good, and he's using his individual skill. It's been incredible here. Lucid in a very good power position on top of this tower, but unfortunately the AR is just way too strong. Takes him out, pressures him incredibly here to get this last kill.
And I think the biggest thing is he comes in confidently because he knows he has that thrust in the back pocket. We got to see him use it to, change the angle onto Lucid, chase him down very quickly. Almost got stuck in the process. Would have been wild if he did actually get nicked by it. Lucid, despite the loss in that 1v1, I believe he should still be holding on to first place. Royale 2 didn't have the greatest game there, and Lucid, he didn't have a good start either, but it's interesting to just see the game plans of these players and how they adapt when things aren't looking good.
We're going to get an update on the leaderboard very shortly, but pay attention to those top 3 players. if those top three players, if one of them are to win this next match, they will win the Last Spartan Standing tournament. First place for Last Spartan Standing, by the way, $300. You're gonna go home with $300 as a single person. Second is $200, and third is $100. And of course, 30% of the final prize pool, by the way, that is at the bottom of your screen right now. If you type !sponsor quest, you can add 50 cents to that by just following a couple of accounts here. Naturino being one of them, of course, and that'll, raise the prize pool. We've got a lot of members in here in the channel. If you want to raise the prize pool, all you got to do is follow it. If you want to open your wallet, like Garrett said, and add a little bit of your own cash in there as well, that prize pool can be raised. Of course, we very much so appreciate our community, LucidSound, of course, and PowerA. I love these headphones, Alex. Absolutely beautiful. Very, very good quality.
So cozy, man. I feel like I got 2 cushions on my ears right now. Just,
2 pillows.
2 pillows on my head. It's very nice. But just, in the end of the day, where else are you seeing this content, right? I've never seen LSS played at this level, and it's fun to watch. I gotta say, the really different strategies, the 1v1s we're seeing, some of the, the doubles and triples. Royale 2 with the grapple play early on. By the way, Active, I took a peek in the chat, and apparently Lucid got the hit marker on the stick on his stream, which that one has to hurt.
That ninja,
sometimes
though. Check out this ninja, dude.
Oh yeah, play this one again. Let me see
thrust,
this.
Look at this, the thrust back. Article, no idea. Boom.
He did a full 180. He heard it, right? So he's like, somebody's above me. So he does a full 180, but he did not know where Clay was, and all he did was give him the backside there. Clay taking advantage, and it's just that once again, it's like LSS is giving us some nice plays we might not see elsewhere.
We're going to get a catch up on the leaderboard, and here we go. Lucid, 56 points. Royale 2 with 49 still in second place. And Envor setting the threshold there with 40 points. If he wins his third in a row, Alex, he wins the entire thing.
I like that. He set it at an even number. Envor, he's looking out. He's like, let's get a nice even 40 as the threshold. Anybody else surpasses it, and they are good to go for first place. So for everybody else below, I'd say majority of them are in line to hit that 40 if they have a good game, right? I'd say anyone from 28 and up. So Bubu, Dubu, and above, if they do pop off and get 12 kills, at least, I guess, if you're at 28, then you hit that threshold, and the following game, you have an opportunity to win it all. But you have to hope that Lucid, Royale 2, or Envor don't come out with the dub in this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you play like a targeting game there or not, Alex. Like if you target the players that are in, first or second, make sure that they don't win. I don't know. There's a lot of strategies involved in this. I'm going to send it over to Brandon and Tony and Garrett and get their thoughts on that last match.
Alrighty, Envor. I like what I'm seeing out of the man, and woo, the orange looks good. Am I right, Tools?
Hey, that's what a two in a row is that what it is? Oh my God, Envor might just come do the 3-peat and win in game 4 in this game 5. This is incredible. Envor, a late addition. He told us, he said, "Hey, I'm the best Last Spartan Standing player out there. You need to get me in this lobby." We said, "Okay. We'll make some things happen." Some players had to drop out. Envor, he comes in, and now he's in a great position to win this thing. And this is exactly the position you want to be in if you're Envor. But that being said, Royale 2, Lucid, they're still there, and Lucid was playing for that top 2. And like some people said, a little desync, a little grenade hit marker not going his way, a little stick not connecting the correct way. Hey, Lucid could have won that one quite easily as well. But shout out to Envor for absolutely just climbing the leaderboards, and now he finds himself in the best spot possible, right? He got the third just in time to now be at match point. If he wins the next game, well, he can take home the lion's share of the Last Spartan Standing prize pool.
Indeed, the leaderboard is in front of your eyes right now. Tony, let me know your thoughts on this so far. It's been pretty intense.
I think my man Drake said it best. Back to back, like I'm on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Back to back, like I'm Jordan 96, 97. I was listening to that with my Lucid sounds before we got on screen. And let me tell you, back to back did Envor go. And like Garrett said, securing himself into the top 3, a win at this point will net him a win in this tournament here so far in this LSS. Now, the question being is, how does Lucid, Royal 2, and Envoy end up playing from this point forward? Because you can rat it out like Lucid was playing, or like playing earlier, but then you're not going to secure yourself that Commando and Bulldog without getting the kills necessary. So it's going to be really interesting. I think no matter what, you still want to make sure you at least secure yourself a Commando and Assault Rifle at a minimum, but when you upgrade to that Commando Bulldog, that's so important. And then if you can max out your levels and get yourself a Battle Rifle, that to me almost secures a win if you have a BR and nobody else does. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these top 3 players end up playing this final game.
The prize pool has climbed to an amount of $2,183.50. It is a percentage that's going to each of these players that are going to place in the money. So keep raising that money. Exclamation point sponsor quest to get in here and make a difference. And yeah, Lucid, Royal 2, Envoy, these guys are sitting pretty. Any one of these 3 can win the next game and take the entire Last Spartan Standing event. You want to watch out for that. The match point is indeed 40 points. And so everybody below that, Mikwen, Article, Gunplexion, everybody from there down, they have to meet that match point and then win in the very next game or any game after that. Once you hit the match point, you cannot hit the match point in the same game and win. You got to hit it, and then after that, you can win first place and win the entire event. And so the pressure is going to be on Lucid, Royal 2, Envoy. One of you 3 have to take first place to take the event. If you don't, there's a chance that you're walking home second place or less. Now a reminder, right? Second place and third place, they are in the money that will be decided by points. And so let's say that Mikwen hits the threshold, we get to game number 6, and then he wins first place. Well, it's going to be Lucid and Royal 2 according to the point total right now that take home second and third place. Envoy will be just outside looking in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to fill in the competitors, make sure that they know exactly what's going on, make sure they know exactly how many points that they need. We will be right back. Welcome back. Hopefully you didn't go anywhere because we got game 5 coming right up. We witnessed the first 4 games of Last Spartan Standing in this pro lobby, and it has been hectic. I want to bring in Active and Shyway because I want to hear their thoughts. Active, let's go ahead and start with you. I want to hear what you think about games 1 through 4.
Listen, Brandon, I got one word for you. Lucid, okay? This man has been consistent this entire Last Spartan Standing tournament. He is playing phenomenal, and that last game would have been a win if that stick wasn't a blank. We saw it in the chat. Some people on the chat said that the blank was on his stream, and he could have got that win if that stick went through. So I definitely think that he's going to win this next game. We're going to close it out in this next game right now.
Alrighty, and then Shyway, let me hear your thoughts. That was an amazing set of events.
Yeah.
What do you think, man?
This whole thing has been surprisingly sick, to be honest. Like, I don't play a lot of LSS myself. I tend to stick to the vanilla comp modes. But, I mean, just seeing all the pros in this lobby and the pressure that they're under, it's very unique, right? It's a unique change of pace. And we get to see different strategies as well, which have been very fun and kind of like how they played out. Mikwen, I think, is a good example. His aggressive play and power-up usage on Breaker, man, was going in. And then you got Lucid, who has been, consistently kind of holding on to, top 1 and 2 placement, but also dramatically changing his gameplay from game to game, right? He spent majority of that last match hiding behind a tree, so you get a variety of play styles. And I think the result is something that's very unique and exciting for the viewers. And honestly, I've been enjoying it as a caster too.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Shyway. The leaderboard is in front of you right now. Lucid, Royale 2, Envoy. Those 3 are on your screen. And if any one of these 3 claimed the victory royale or they're the last Spartan standing, they will take home that first place prize. The rest will go down to points. I'm going to send it over to Tools and Tony. Guys, we're getting into game 5.
As Spartan Standing, we might be crowning a winner. And Garrett, I'll be honest with you, I don't want it to end. I want some more. I want at least 2, maybe even 3 more games. I want multiple players within that match point threshold, not just 3. And I want to see more Last Spartan Standing action.
Now, this might be the first tournament, Tony, where I've been like getting giddy just at my screen. I've been doing some hand rubs. So I'm like, ooh, like when that ninja happened, it's just fun. And I think that's something that, we've been waiting for. It's just a fun tournament. And this is about as fun as you can get. Now, remember, guys, only 3 players can win your tournament here. Lucid, Royale 2, and the man who's gone back to back on the victories, Envoy. Keep an eye out on for these 3. Now, if anyone else wins the game, we will be going into another Last Spartan Standing. But those 3 players looking to lock it out in game 5.
On board now with Envoy, goes in for the challenge onto Lucid. Lucid gonna finish him off with the disruptive big plays coming in. Envoy having a nice little advantage here with LSS. I've been matching him multiple times in Last Spartan Standing, and every time he's in that sauna 8s, every time he's waiting for those lobbies that are getting milked, he's usually playing LSS up until the lobby is ready, so he has plenty of time. But this is my man on screen, Royale 2, who's just on there holding that high ground. Watch out for him. His gameplay is perfect for Last Spartan Standing.
We saw in the beginning of the game where, Envoy, he's gone back to back, but he got absolutely shredded by Lucid at the start. Renegade just going to lose that one out on Boam. But Lucid, not 1 death yet. 2 kills, 1 assist. Now, if he can get, let's say, another minute into this game and not have a death, he looks primed to win it right here, Tony. I mean, look at how he's playing. He's playing low on the position, but he's trying to keep himself out of all the reticles on the map. But his lives are so valuable at the moment, and if someone sees Lucid, they need to hunt him down. And this is the matchup. They're gonna both get out, but expect those 2 players to be at the top of your leaderboard at the end. Royale 2 and Lucid are the ones who are trying to win it here today.
And you know what? This is my spot right here. You talked about that low ground positioning, but this right here, it's so hard to gain access over towards this point that Stress is in right now, and you have such high ground over the map. I love this positioning that Stress is using, and as long as you're able to gain yourself a commando, it's almost a top 3 guaranteed. And there's a few pods that drop in which are guaranteed, an overshield and the camo on Breaker. Stress has played a few LSS in his day.
Oh, it's a brother on brother. Oh no, Claytron takes down his big bro. They're going to be playing together in our undercard coming soon. But I've been seeing it in the chat. Bubu Dubu get a little frustrated with his little brother, calling him a rat, calling him a nerd, saying, hey, I don't like the way he's playing. So maybe, you know, got to repair that relationship before they get ready to play Royale 2 and KingJay in our undercard to come.
Lil Wayne said it, all rats gotta die, even Master Splinter. So Bubu Dubu gonna be targeting Claytron, I'm sure. Meanwhile, you have Royale 2 sitting up high with the Mangler. Mikwen over towards the God Spot area. Love that positioning. But Royale 2 sitting up high and over towards the lift. A dangerous area for Royale 2. He must be feeling confident with his shot.
Renegade going to be the first player in the lobby to brown out 6 kills. He will not be able to have an opportunity to get any more points this time. He's been having a bit of a rough go. Now, I want to take a look and take at HCS Bobster, the FFA champion from Kansas City, member of the status quo roster, led by Flamesword. He only has 1 death thus far. You got to keep an eye out for the players with low death. So right now, Lucid, Bobster, Article, these are the players that are in a prime position to try to win this lobby, and it's going to be up to Bobster and Article in particular to keep the hopes of everyone else in this lobby alive, because they're the only ones that are in a position right now to make sure Lucid doesn't win.
One thing I'm doing if I'm Lucid and the boys in the top 3, number 1, I'm changing my armor. You're not going to be targeting me just from seeing my armor across the map and making sure that you grief me so you keep the games going. Number 2, I'm making use of the AI scan. Every advantage that you get, including every aspect of the sandbox, is so important. You can find where those pods are dropping. You can get yourself grenades, which are also important. With Last Spartan Standing, they can third-party a situation. They can end engagements. They can steal away kills. Those grenades are so important. And with the nade coming in, gets the hit marker, ends up getting the shots in onto KingJay. Mikwen putting him down immediately. Might want to go for that bonus XP soon.
Hey, Mikwen, you know, he just got a nose for it. He's a cat on the map, and, you know, when he finds a rat, he's out for blood. KingJay, you're not sitting behind that corner anymore. The trap was sprung, and he gets his 6th death, and he will not be spawning back in. Lucid just found an important kill on Bobster, getting him to his 2nd death. And look at Mikwen. He's kind of on a mission right now. Now, hey, he can't win this round, but he's gotten himself enough points already to be able to win. But what's most important, right, is trying to get up into that top 3 of the leaderboard as well, because even if you don't win, if you get 2nd or 3rd, you're still going home with some money. So getting as many points as possible is critical right here. I think Onboard's going to put an end to that. Yeah, you're not getting away from it, Onboard. He's completely overshielded up, and this is the first time we're seeing it, Tony. He's going for the orb. He wants to get the extra bonus points. If he can get himself to a BR, he has a great position here. Now, he doesn't have any more lives to spare, but if he can get himself up to that battle rifle, he could find himself in a spot to win at the end of this game.
Like a battle rifle might be tough with only 3 kills. I think Envoy, right, so he should be settling for a Commando and Bulldog, to be honest with you. He'd have to get very aggressive to try to get the battle rifle. Meanwhile, Lucid popping that overshield the moment he gets shot at. A very popular LSS strategy, as now Lucid with the low ground challenging Royale 2. This is an important battle, and then the dynamo grenades getting that value coming out of Lucid, doing a great job of staying alive, keeping his presence concealed. But does Royale 2 know where he is?
I mean, if you take a quick look at Lucid's face right here, you might see some whiskers start to sprout out, because this is as ratty as you can get. This is a guy that wants to win the tournament, and he knows that he needs to value each and every life. Royale 2 was 1 shot away from taking Lucid out and getting that overshield for himself. Now check out Royale 2. He's up high, but he's in a dangerous spot, right? 5 deaths already. He cannot afford to die one more time. If I'm him, I'm prioritizing taking down Lucid. And if I'm Bobster and I'm Article, you cannot be killing each other on the map right now. I'm just going to say that. You have to be realizing Lucid only has 2 deaths. You cannot afford to be wasting each other's lives when your tournament life could be over if Lucid wins this game.
Overshield in the hands of Article, using it right away because he knows he has the backup. Gonna go camo overshield combination. Article looking to get aggressive here. Commando Bulldog in hands, very close to getting himself that BR. Look at just collecting 2K. He has a camo overshield already active right now. Now has a camouflage in the back pocket. Article is set for the end game already.
Yeah, Article's on a hunt, man. He's gonna keep himself camoed, and it's his responsibility, right? Your responsibility on the lobby right now, because what? You're 10-2, Oh, Bobster's going to get away. You have to try to find either Lucid or Royale 2. You can't afford to look for anyone else. I think he just spotted Lucid. He has a little bit of overshield left and a camo. This is going to be Lucid's death, and this is going to be really important, right? Because now Lucid's in a spot where he's going to be coming up off spawn, and where he goes is so important. Bobster able to find Boam, which is going to be Boam's last death as well. So now it's, oh my god, Royale 2 has overshield versus a camo. He spotted him. The eagle eyes out. Article's in trouble. Royale 2's trying to get the kill. He only has 1 life to spare. He has a little bit of overshield left, but this is so important, right, Tony? Because now Royale 2, he has high ground. He has an opportunity. He just has to play perfect from here on out. Lucid has plenty of lives left, but never say never with Royale 2. He has one of the best shots in the game. If someone can make it happen, it's him.
And that's why I picked Royale 2 as my X factor in the game. That's why I picked him as the most dangerous player on the lobby. That should have been an easy kill from Article. Camouflage should have been able to get the back smack onto Royale 2, but not only able to spot the camouflage player, but also able to ice out. And notice how Royale 2 is looking for that line in the sand, looking for where that hill was closing in so he can make sure that he's in it and make sure that his back is against the wall here. Royale 2 is playing for the end game. Meanwhile, Bob keeping the high ground, playing for aggressive, playing for kills. That circle getting smaller and smaller. There's not enough real estate for all these players to participate in.
Bobster got Royale 2 killed right there. Do you have to be thinking Royale 2 is cursing his name on the respawn screen? Lucid now the only player who can win this round. But look at Bobster and Article. 10-4, 13-4. Everyone is at 4 deaths right here. Equal footing. And Lucid could be the first to go down. Article able to stay on the map. And now Lucid suddenly is on his last life versus 2 players who have 2 to spare. Lucid has to be the target for these 2. But Bobster, oh my, they have the circle advantage. Lucid is going to have to make a miracle happen.
Only 3 players on the map here. Article having the most kills. Switching gears over towards Bob, who's slowing the game down. Everybody, you can literally cut the tension here with a butter knife, but hold on, Lucid.
Oh my god.
Having the camouflage, not quite a bulldog, puts the assault rifle to work. 36 bullets of full pure pain. Taking down Article, the high ground, gonna go after Bob. That's gonna be a double kill. Lucid shutting down both of the players and coming out with the win there. Article now on his last life. Lucid a 1v1 here. Will Lucid become your champion?
He has the circle advantage. Bobster took down Article. It's up to Bob. Bob's going to lose the fight. Lucid, it's your last Spartan standing at the moment. And look at the column. 6. Lucid has done it. He won. 1v2. Multiple lives to take down. He does the job. And he's your last Spartan standing.
Lucid coming out was your favorite going in, and there's no reason why. I mean, he's an overall player. He has a nasty shot. His movement is absolutely incredible. And in a free-for-all setting like this, where he has so much open field to work with, he's the best player on the map there. Lucid coming out your champions, but man, we need some more last Spartan standing. That was absolutely incredible.
Bobster was weak from the circle, and look at how much life was left. So close from taking Lucid down, and it was so tough because when Lucid got that double, that camo came so important. He gets the double kill in the circle, and from there he had the advantage and he gets the job done. Assault rifle out, skill gap confirmed. Lucid gets the dub. And oh my god, what a fun tournament, man. We have to do this again. This is so much fun, Tony.
It really is. Let's run it back right now. We got some time. It's only 7 o'clock. Let's run it back right now as Lucid coming in hot when it matters most. And it stinks because you know that Bob and Article are upset about that, because if they would have prioritized him, not only would they have been able to get him off of the map, but would have been able to secure another game. But Lucid just playing it perfectly. Third-partying that situation, getting that nasty double kill. Didn't even have a bulldog, had to do it with the assault rifle, and it was enough for him to pull the victory. Congratulations, Lucid.
Yeah, you had to feel bad for Royale 2 towards the end of this game, right? Because he definitely had an opportunity to get this thing done, but it was this fight right here. Bobster spots Royale 2 from up high, and eventually Royale 2 fell, and then it came down to our last 3. And Bobster and Article, I mean, I gotta say, man, you guys gotta choke the bag at the end. You guys couldn't kill each other. No, I said you had to team up. You had to put your differences aside and try to kill Lucid, because now Lucid's won. And what we have to go find out is confirmation on who got second and who got third, Tony, because whoever got those last placement points, they will be the players that walk home a little bit of cash. And you guys can increase the amount of cash that they can walk home today. If you do !sponsor quest, go to that Match Arena website. You can do some quests for free to rise our prize pool. I believe you can get up to like $3-4 just for free to give to some of these players today. And if you are so inclined, you can also donate to the prize pool on that sponsor quest as well. So go check out that Match Arena website and help these players just earn a little bit more cash for playing so well today.
I definitely think we're going to see some movement in the leaderboard, especially on the way for that third place. Enver only ending with 3 kills in that final matchup. Meanwhile, Article was able to put 14 points on the board and secure a top 3 finish. Article may have had one of the best last games of last Spartan standing to propel him into that top 3 and get himself a little bit of money. And like you said, Garrett, I mean, we only know what it is so far with everybody building up that prize pool. If we all come in the chat right now, about 900 people, if we all donate $2 right now, we can almost double the prize pool right now.
Yeah, hey, it's that easy, that easy. You guys can help let these players get just a little bit more money. Hey, you know what, Tony? I made a little some side bet action before this whole thing happened. I said, hey, I got Lucid as my winner, and I'm walking home with a little cash myself. Maybe I'll have to go reinvest that into the prize pool and give Lucid some of my thanks, because this man was the MVP. The way that he played on the map, the amount of kills that he got, and not only deserving of this win, but he went out and played like a trooper in those first rounds. Check out all these guys redeeming their codes. But man, the way that Lucid played was just unreal. And you know what? If you want to see more Lucid, he's coming back in the main event, 9 p.m. Eastern. Lucid and Renegade taking on the brand new Cloud9 duo of Stellar and Bounds. So maybe Lucid can go back-to-back today with some championships.
I mean, you talked about investing in Lucid, and you know what? I think you got to. I mean, invest in $LUCD, because this stock is rising, the face of Optic on everybody's top 5 list, and he's just knocking back tournaments left and right, including our first last Spartan standing that we're seeing here on Money Tuesday. The question is, will he hoist that trophy in the 2v2s and also on LAN as well, teaming up with Renegade to go up against Bound and Stellar in our main event. I'm still excited about that.
Oh, dude, I'm excited. Before we go there, we have an incredible undercard as well, right? Bubu, Dubu, and Claytron, the brothers out of Covington, Louisiana, going up against Royale 2 Rings and KingJay. It's going to be an interesting one. Look at that. Article did it, man. He got himself up to third, rocketed himself into the money with that last game. So Lucid takes your first place prize. He wins it all. Royale 2 will come home with a little bit of cash as well. An Article with a massive performance in the last game will also earn himself a little bit of money for placing in our top 3.
Great win by Lucid, coming out with the explosive plays to secure the win. Royale 2 consistency is key, was able to steal that second place spot. But can we give a shout out to Article? Bound wasn't able to make it here today for our show match in the last Spartan standing, and Article was one of our reserves that stepped into his spot, and he came in and said, you know what, this is my time to shine. I'm gonna show everybody what I'm made of, and able to steal that number 3 spot and a little bit of ched in this pocket. If you guys were questioning whether you wanted to donate to the prize pool, just for that, just give Article a little bit of extra no money in there. Go in and press that link, and I get your 50 cents in contributions. Those are going to be free. But on top of that, if you got an extra $1 or $2, put it towards that prize pool.
How many kills Lucid had, man? 54 kills in today's last Spartan standing. He gets the job done. I believe he won twice today, right? I think our second game and our last were the placements, and oh my gosh, man. Lucid was just an absolute workhorse today when it came to just getting the job done. 70 points, 10 ahead of Royale 2. So not only winning just in the classic sense, also winning the match point, just doing it all in our last Spartan standing.
We know what the top 3 is going to look like, but why don't we send it to the 3 on the desk? We're going to bring in Louis. We're going to bring in Shyway and Active to break down what we saw in our final matchup of last Spartan standing.
Are you not entertained? Lucid, my man.
Yeah.
Is anybody surprised? Active, Shyway, anybody? Any shot?
No.
I'm not surprised. I'll be honest. As much as I love Lucid, he definitely deserved the win. I didn't want it to go like that, man. Like Bop and Article, maybe just form a pact or something. Like keep it going longer, right? I wanted more games, and Lucid played it perfectly. I think his death timing was almost strategic in a way, right? Because the hill was closing. With the timing of his death, he had a little bit more kind of leeway to work with. The hill was bigger when he died. He managed to grab a camo and come in and make a play off of it. When he got those 2 kills in the hill, for Article and Bop, they were kind of screwed, right? Because they're spawning way outside in no man's land, basically. And they got to get into a tight space. And, Lucid can lock that down. He can very easily see you coming.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that red ring and how it wasn't, affecting people that much. The damage wasn't, too significant. But at the very end here, you see right here in this play, he kills Bop. Bop is going to be on the respawn, and you see he's able to kind of come back and trade with him because Bop takes ring damage. Right after this kill here, you'll see him take ring damage, and that's what secured Lucid that last kill. And that's what won him the game. If Bop had gotten this, we would have gone to another game, which I would have loved, by the way. But here we go. That red ring is going to take some damage. He kills Article, but he takes the red ring damage and gets taken out because of it. Look at Lucid's health. He's got literally nothing left. If that red ring didn't play a factor, we could have seen a different outcome.
Yep. Unreal, man.
Definitely an impressive performance right there out of Lucid and Active and Shyway. I got to ask, what did you think about this format? I will say this before you answer my question. We were trying to make something that would be climatic at the end. We wanted everybody to know who could secure the victory Royale, and it happened to work out perfectly. It seemed like Lucid played the perfect game with that in mind, right? Active, what are your thoughts on that format?
Yeah, you're right. Lucid did play perfect. His pacing was different. You saw them throughout all the matches, the entirety of the matches. He paced the game depending on where he was and how many lives he had left, and that's exactly what you have to do. I love the format. I think it's perfect for what LSS is, and honestly, I hope to see more LSS in the future.
Alrighty, and then Shyway, I gotta ask, we had 16 great competitors in this. I want to know, anybody off the top of your head that you would love to see in this last Spartan standing format?
Any other pro player, basically. The entirety of C9, Snakebite, unfortunately, who couldn't make it today. Bound, who apparently couldn't make it as well. We'll see Bound a little bit later, I know, but everybody could pop off, right? All these top players, I want to see them play in this. Frosty as well. Little Lucid Frosty head-to-head in LSS would be pretty nice. Honestly, I wasn't sure what to expect coming into this, but LSS is hype, so, keep bringing it, please.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the first portion of Money Tuesday. This is, of course, presented by PowerA and Lucid Sounds. These headsets that we're all wearing, they are sleek and they are slick and they sound great. You guys go ahead and go check that out. And then for sure, the PowerA controllers, they're basically Elite 2 controllers at a much better price, in my opinion.
They're nice.
These things are amazing. They got paddles, they got trigger, you can shorten the triggers, all that good stuff. There's even like mute buttons for your microphone and all that good stuff. They're definitely an amazing product. Guys, we're going to throw it to a short break. We're going to go ahead and see some instant replay while we're in this break. And then on the other side, we do have our undercard. So do not go anywhere. We got KingJay Royale 2 going up against Bubu, Dubu, and Claytron. So don't go